cats, sags, and Palallu, Angla Padalu, and many activities to serve the underprivileged people. In this occasion, it has accumulated the well wishes of all the families of Telangana. That means creating awareness and promoting and procuring the gross domestic happiness in every family of our underprivileged children. That is the main achievement of our ELTA. But first of all, I congratulate and thanks to ELTA Telangana and its initiative members, executive members, to conduct this type of a very good global program to invite all the university expertise faculty and providing the occasion to upgrade your skills. But one thing I want to say, recently our schools through English, a very good program conducted by our ELTA Telangana. On this occasion, the government has been taken an initiative to conduct and establish to start the English medium schools in primary schools. It has taken or issued a GO. In this GO, we feel very happy to mention our English Language Teachers Association Telangana in that occasion. All the government officials, even government members has recognized the services of unprecedented services of our ELTA. But once more, I congratulate all the participants to join this program. Please utilize this program effectively and make the children very happy. Highest happiness of highest people or highest children is very important. That will create gross domestic among the children. Recently, all the service people, doctors and this municipality and even police people who are hated by the people are saluted by our government, our Indian government. Our Indian government's salute is a sovereign salute. They have served, they have provided the services and got the such kind of regard. So also our ELTA will likely achieve that kind of services in providing these services. These services will be unprecedented and will be very happy to make every children family happy. Thank you all. Please be happy, utilize the programs of our ELTA Telangana webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Komarana. Thank you for your valuable suggestion, and you are the inspiration to us. Thank you for being with us.
Okay,
Lakshman, start.
Okay, Komarana, as really after looking at you on the screen, really we got great courage, and we will certainly take this association to highest heights, which you always talk about. And now welcome Mr. Sampath Kokula, the General Secretary of Urban, to introduce our speaker of this webinar. Over to Sampath.
Hello, good afternoon everybody. I am Sampath Kumar from Warangal Urban. Welcome to ELTA Telangana webinar. It's my privilege to introduce Mr. Rajesh Kauluri of Vijayanagaram to this webinar. He is a blogger, teacher trainer and content developer. He is a real classroom practitioner. I really a big fan of him. He has been teaching English for 9 years to the primary school children. He is a member of the item building panel for Summative Assessment in AP Government Education Department. He is the first Indian blogger who received the British Council's Teaching English Blog of the Month award. He has published 2 teacher handbooks named Classroom Activities and Tarang. Besides, many of his teaching activities have been published on various international platforms like British Council, American English Council, Central Square Foundation. He has readily accepted our invitation to present his activities in ELTA webinars. We are thankful to him. He makes his students as his real heroes. We wonder at his sincerity, hard work, and beautiful drawing skills, and mostly his commitment towards his profession. I hope today's ELTA webinar will provide you enough strength and inspiration to do many activities in your classrooms. Stay home, stay safe, update skills, happy learning. I heartfully welcome you all to this wonderful session of Mr. Rajesh Kauluri. Thank you very much. Over to the host and the presenter. Thank you.
Thank you, Sampath, for wonderful introduction of our today's speaker, Mr. Rajesh Kauluri. Please, start your webinar. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. All of you, good afternoon. I think I'm very thankful to all of you for giving me this opportunities to share my classroom activities. Because of I'm a primary school teacher, even though I'm teaching for first class to 8th class. So I've been teaching English for 9 years and do a lot of research how we develop the speaking and reading skills and different innovative practices which will infiltrate with the teaching methods and activities. So I'm going to share from the point of the children learning style. So I think it would be helpful to you to implement and adopt all these in the primary and upper primary and high school sessions also. Okay, and so first of all, in this session, what I am going to tell you that what is the learning and how does a child learn, and what is the learning style of a child, activities to develop speaking and reading, listening and speaking skills. So, if you observe all these things, what is the learning and how does a child learn and learning style, I think we have been studying from our B.Ed and D.Ed classes also, and we need not go beyond and deep in the points of that. But I just want to express and tell you some practical experiences and observations among my children regarding, especially in the B and C grade children, and difference between the A and B grade children, how the learning will happen, and what should we keep in mind while teaching and transactions of the language or whatever it may be, and how the activities should be designed to develop the listening and speaking skills of that particular children or that. Coming to this learning acquisition, what is the learning means? You know very well that learning means acquisition of knowledge or skill. So acquisition of knowledge or skill, it's called as a learning. But one thing I want to show you that this is a mythological statement that learning is same regardless how the content is present to you. You see, means learning is same, but what mostly we are thinking that learning is not same, because it is different from individual to individual. It is different from A grade children to C grade children. But in my point of view, you see, some A grade children may catch the point or learn the content in one day, but for the C grade children, they may catch the content for 7 or 1 week time. But if you observe that some children who are not good at studies, who are not reading or developing skills, you can observe that some abnormal skills, they can speak, they can sing, they can speak some different languages compared to with the A grade children. So why it happening? Is the learning is different from individual to individual, or learning is the same? So here my point to you, what is the mention the same in the statement is that in my point of
okay,
view,
okay.
what I practically observing in my classroom, that learning is
What happened?
Sir, unable to hear, sir.
Yes, I here actually a little bit
Okay.
network issue with the speaker. Please,
Right, sir. Okay.
all the participants, I request again, please stop your videos so that we can avoid the streaming problems, please. So his speaker has a little bit network issue. That is why we are unable to listen to him. Please wait, he will join.
Lakshman sir,
Yes.
yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Now he is joining. Please wait. Lakshman, you talk something.
Hello.
Okay. Let it
Hello,
be
Lakshman sir.
connected.
Right. Actually, his okay line has been disconnected. I think probably he will join.
Okay.
Right. Just I'm checking
Lakshman
his.
sir.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, he joined again. Wait.
Okay.
Lakshman sir, many of the people's voice is on, sir. Please make them to off.
Yeah.
Mute.
I'm doing continuously. Rajesh sir,
Yeah,
continue.
instruct them. Yeah, instruct them.
Rajesh sir.
okay. Sorry for
It's
the
okay.
disturbance.
No problem. Carry on.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
1 minute, Rajesh sir.
Okay, go on,
Just
Rajesh.
1 minute, Rajesh sir. A few seconds. Just
Okay.
you be cool because we can extend the time also to complete this
Okay.
first topic. Okay, carry on.
Okay.
Carry on.
Okay. See, what I'm telling is that learning is same regardless of how the content is present to you. Because I'm telling you that so learning gap is differ from individual to individual. Suppose you are teaching a word a lion, or suppose you are teaching a word apple, whatever it may be. Suppose after for A grade children, he grasps the meaning and he able to read the word apple, whatever it may be, in 1 day. Suppose in C grade children, he learn after that 5 days also. After 5 days, the main motto of the learning of the word is same, because he also able to identify the word apple, and he also able to identify the apple. See, what should we observe that the learning gap is differ from individual to individual. Means the time of learning is differ from individual to individual. So as a teacher, what should we do that to develop our teaching skills and material, whatever it may be, to reduce the learning gap from individual to individual? We have to do that. So for what we have to do all these things, most of that you learn is stored in terms of meaning. Suppose you are learning something means, if it is able to mean, or if you know the meaning about that, it is good to acquire the things easily and effectively, and it will remain forever. So meaning is so important what you are going to learn that one. And second thing is that the content, how the content we are presenting, and what the content is, that it is also more important in the learning. And moreover thing is that multiple senses. Sometimes you are learning by visualizing something, the listening something, and for the physical expressions also, because of in the teaching learning process we are using different type of gestures and whatever it may be. So while teaching something or learning something, we use our multiple sensors to learn the new thing or acquisition of a new skill or doubt. Because of everything is that the learning something means it's depend upon the individual to individual. For reducing the learning gap, we need to know about how the children, because of we have 50 to 60 children in our classroom, but every individual is differ, and every individual learning style also differ. You know very well that we have different type of the children in our classroom. Suppose some children may be by listening something, they can easily grasp the children. Observe that the children who are sitting in the first and second class, second benches, they are very much attractive and they very much concentrate to the teacher. They easily grasp the voice of the teacher, and they can learn, they can understand the meaning and the content also. And some children, they want to involve, because some children, they want to involve in some physical activities. So are some mental used to some their brain in the learning process. Suppose some children may good at math, but some children may not good. Those children may not good at a language like that. So here, some children want to learn some type of mental ability to learn such type of things, and some children wants to use their body movements. Suppose if you are playing a game, inculcate in your teaching process, some children may attract, some children may not attract. So if you are using some physical activities in the classroom means if you are inculcating such type of activities and involving in the game or some physical activity, that will help some children to learn something. And some of the children learn by seeing, by watching something. If you are playing a video in the classroom, or if you are pasting a chart in the classroom, means it's a very good useful to them, such type of children in the classroom to learn the such thing. Suppose, see here you are observing the 4 types of the children. One is some auditory learners, they will listen and learn something, and second one are the visual learners, they will watch and learn something. And third one are some kinesthetic learners, they use their body movements or physical activities, and such type of children are some see, the fourth one children are kinesthetic and tactile learners. Are the fourth one children are tactile learners, they use their mental activities like that. See, so observing all these learning styles of children, I am designing my classroom activities in a manner to inculcate all these children, to active participation of all type of children in my classroom. So what I am doing in my classroom here, and another thing I just want to share with you, that we have 4 skills of a language: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So if you observe that listening and speaking, listening and reading are the input skills, and speaking and writing are the output skills. Speaking and writing are. So if you are giving listening to the children, means the output should be speaking. If you are giving some reading input to the children, or the children read something, means they have to write something. So here input listening and reading skills, and output speaking and reading skills. But in our classroom, see, we are expecting mostly speaking and writing skills, and because we are not much concentrate on the listening and reading skills. So until and unless you are concentrating on listening and reading skills, we may not expect good speaking and writing skills. Means what I am telling you that so for listening leads to output, and good reading leads to writing. So by giving all these things, you need to understand that how the content is understanding by the children. You need to keep in mind that while giving listening input and you are expecting the output from the children, see, your understanding is more important like that. Until and unless they are understanding the content, we may not expect the output skills. And also about reading also, while they are reading something, means they need to understand what they are reading and what is there in that, how I can understand the topic, like they need to understand everything. And as a teacher, we need to give such type of understanding by explaining the content or designing the activities in the teaching learning process. So for getting the good speaking and writing skills, what I've been doing in my classroom, now I'm going to explain you, and what are the practical activities I'm using in the classroom like that. See, you know that what about the speaking? See, however, speaking is an active skill, and listening should lead to good speaking. Already told you that good listening should lead to good speaking. So if you are not giving, the children are not giving good, children not concentrating to the teacher's voice, and definitely we won't expect good speaking skills from the children. So whatever it may be, so for giving good listening skills, teacher, the activity or whatever it may be, learning activity should be useful and should be attractive, and the teacher also should have good speaking skills like that. But in our schools, mostly the 50 to 60% teachers may not express and may not translate the entire story or entire session in English, because of children also not able to understand, and teacher also cannot communicate all these things in an effective manner. So the main for giving good listening input, what I have been doing in my classroom, that connecting all these into a different type of activities and learning models. For using the learning models, I am going to express what I am going to give you the children in a perfect way. Suppose what I am doing in my classrooms for developing the speaking skills. So for developing the speaking skills, first of all, I want to suggest you that the graphics and diagrams are more useful in the classroom to develop the speaking skills of the child. So here, if you see, there is a lesson about Snoopy comes to schools in a primary class textbook. Suppose here I gave a graphic picture of the entire lesson from the first point to the last point. Suppose if you drawing such type of some graphics on the board while teaching the lesson, after completing the lesson, children will be able to speak few points regarding the content or whatever it may be. So, and regarding while teaching some grammar topic, for concentrating or inserting those grammar topics or into the lifetime activities like that. So giving some understandable graphics and understandable drawings on the board, it will help the children to speak and express their views in a perfect manner. And also it will remain in their brains, and they can easily trigger. This will easily trigger the ideas of the children and speak spontaneously in the classroom. And another thing, second one is that suppose here, if you observe that your learning center, here you see some learning centered teaching models. Suppose if you observe that See, this is a speaking task given in the second class textbook. Suppose, so this is the speaking task given in the second class textbook, and for the second class child, it is very difficult. It is very difficult to speak regarding all these things, and also without any suppose conversation, the teacher may not develop the speaking skills of the child. Suppose for developing this activity in the children, I use a model to connecting all the activities in a model. I will show you a video regarding this. So if you observe this, I have prepared the model. See, if you observe this, I think the second class children easily able to speak regarding all these activity. See, suppose what I want to say is that the learner-centered teaching models will help the children. So, learning-centered teaching models will help the children to speak beyond the topic, beyond the textbook also. So that's what I'm saying, that such type of models will help the children to speak spontaneously in the classroom like that, and also it will help the teacher also. It will help the teacher. It will also help the teacher to translate the story in a meaningful way. Suppose the model will help the children to what to speak and give the trigger to such type of things to speak. And second thing, see, this is the model, and here this is another model about the apple. If you are teaching, suppose a topic about the apple and whatever it may be, only giving it is an apple like that. So if you give some type of attributes, what is the apple and how it is, what is the color and what is the size, and definitely it will help the children to speak beyond the thing, whatever it may be.
Rajesh, sorry for the interruption. Only a small announcement for all the participants. I think we need some more time to continue this session. So I created another link. I am going to post the new link in our ELTA webinar WhatsApp group. So after this meeting, please rejoin with that. Okay, thank you.
Okay, right. Sir. Right. Sir, the audio is visible, audible, na, sir?
Everything is clear, Rajesh. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. And another thing, I'm going to tell you that first of all, the developing the speaking skills, I told you that first thing is the graphics on the board and diagrams, and second one is the learner-centered teaching model. You see, if you are connecting the activity in a meaningful learning material, and it will help the children to help the children to speak spontaneously on that. And the third thing is that integrated activity. Suppose you are giving a activity to write something or to speak something, so integrate those activity in a meaningful and joyful activity. Here, if you see, I conducted this activity after completion of the lesson, my mother from the 8th class. So after completion of the lesson, I asked my children to create such a greeting card for your mother. Suppose what, and write about your mother, why you are loving your mother so much. So after completion of the lesson, the children created this type of beautiful greeting card and wrote about this about her mother, that his mother. So they expressed it in front of the class. So here, what I am telling you that the connecting such type of activities will give a joyful learning to the children and give a scope to participate in the learning process actively and very involvement. So here I will tell you, show you another activity. Suppose if you are teaching a great personality, Gandhiji, like Helen Keller, and some other great personalities. Suppose in the 6th class, the Sonika is a lesson is there, and the 8th class Dwarkarath Kotnis lesson is there. So, like if you are teaching some great personalities, if you are observing that, if you are creating and ask the children to do some type of craft activities by giving such type of instructions, they can easily express, they can easily talk about the person after completion of the lesson. Suppose the father of Helen Keller, the mother of Helen Keller, at the age of something, what happened in her life and what are his writings and known as, and what is her achievements and the positions. And so like this, if you observing all these such type of activities, if you give such type of activities in the classroom, and definitely